Eastern Cape Premier, welcome back. Oscar Mabuyane today delivering the State of the Province address despite disruptions by EFF members in the legislature. Mabuyane announced several investment injections in the province. Let's get you up to speed on what happened in Chambers. Siphosethu Booi was there and she joins us live. Siphosethu, I believe a punch was thrown. At least 2 chairs were thrown as well. What unfolded this morning?
Well, Michelle, like you correctly stated, that Premier Oscar Mabuyane was delivering his State of the Province address this morning, and of course the disruption from the EFF members, the chairperson there, Mr. Zilindile Vena, leading the MPLs of the Economic Freedom Fighters, and a scuffle ensued. Physical fights occurred as well, and of course security by the Speaker was then called so that the EFF members can be taken outside. And of course their argument was that they were raising the issue of students that were protesting from the universities of Fort Hare, Wusu, as well as the TVET colleges due to the issue of funding as well as the accommodation issues. And of course, shortly after that, the proceedings then occurred. And I'm joined now, Michelle, by MEC Zolile Williams of COCTA. Thank you very much for making time to speak to us this afternoon. It's very important that we first give reaction as far as the State of the Province address from the Premier, which could be the last for him as we head to the elections come 29th of November. On your department side, many issues were highlighted there, the issue of initiation deaths in this province, but reaction overall, please.
First, I must indicate that the Premier State of the Province address was quite robust and bolsterous, and a reflection of the 7 priorities that were agreed to by the 6th administration. And if you look at the performance of the Premier and his government, I think we've done much. We've done so well in achieving those priorities. When you talk of local government, the Premier announced last year in his second last State of the Province address that he was introducing a risk-adjusted strategy to expedite expenditure in municipalities. And as of now, about 37 of 39 municipalities have performed beyond 60% of infrastructure grant expenditure. So the Eastern Cape doesn't have any municipality whose grants is going to be stopped this year, except for the metros, who are the national competence in terms of management by the National Treasury. But for all the other municipalities, we are beyond 60%, and we are proud of that achievement. Coming to initiate steps that the Premier has talked about, indeed, parents are very central on the matter of initiation. If parents are not participating fully in the initiation of their kids, that tradition, which is sacred, is going to collapse, is not going to do well. And so far, we have done whatever we could as government to ensure that there's a strategy, and we implemented that strategy to ensure that boys are screened before they go to initiation school, to ensure that the initiates are being looked after by trained traditional surgeons, and we have ensured that we are monitoring on a daily basis. We go there to watch what is happening at initiation schools. But most of our reports indicate that when we arrive in those schools, there's no traditional assistant surgeon and the traditional surgeon to watch over the boys. That's a parental responsibility. It cannot be government responsibility. When we go there, there's conservative processes that they engage on, which leads to initiate deaths. The last issue is that parents are not attending to their kids when they're initiate school. What you witness is that parents just jettison the kids into the initiation school, and therefore no follow-up is done, and kids are left alone. And if you do that on traditional circumcision, you are going to lose lives.
That I can't let you go without asking you about the issue of the municipalities. The Enoch Mgijima municipality, that particular municipality by the AG was labelled as one of the worst performing municipalities. How does the reflection of that particular municipality also dent the image and the hard work, like you just stated now, that the robust speech by the Premier? Does that not concern you as a department and also as an MEC that overlooks some of these issues, and also the issue of electricity in some of the municipalities where residents have been blocked electricity due to the issue of the issue of tariffs and also non-payment? Are there measures in place that government has put in place to try and ensure that some of those residents who are unemployed, the correct due processes are duly followed to ensure that it includes community members are up to speed with regards to some of the plans that the municipalities may have?
Look, if you speak about Enoch Mgijima, the AG's report is a reflection before the change of leadership of that municipality at a political level, also before the change of administrative leadership. The current leadership at a political level and the administrative level, we have appointed fully competent managers. At least I have looked into their appointments and assessed them and saw that majority of those that are in senior management are competent in terms of the vigorous process we engage on. Secondly, the political leadership is now taking its responsibility seriously because there was a change of mayor. We now have a new mayor who's about a year in office, trying to turn around the situation. Now, as Kokta Province and Kokta National, we are in Enoch Mgijima, and I can tell you right now, the situation is turning positive. Although it may not be at the speed that we want, but because of the new management and the new political leadership, there's a change of things going towards a normal running municipality. Obviously, they are owing ESCOM over 1.3 billion rands, but what is positive in that is that they have signed an agreement with National Treasury to continue to pay ESCOM the current account without fail, so that at least we move out of the debt that they are having. But the other problems that are affecting Enoch Mgijima relates to a bloated organogram, which we are tending to. Secondly, the salaries that were increased by previous administrations beyond the category of that municipality. That municipality is a grade 4, and salaries of employees because of previous managements were increased to grade 6. So the municipality is already in court to try and address that particular issue so that you can lessen the cost of employees that is affecting the municipality. When you talk in Mubayane municipality and electricity cutoffs, we must remember the municipality has a credit control policy. And the credit control policy indicates that in cases where residents or consumers do not pay for services, the municipality can use electricity leverage to ensure that consumers pay for services. So it's not something wrong that Mubayane has done. The public must pay for services in order for the municipality to function, because the municipality cannot function without ratepayers paying for the services they are getting from the municipality. No business can run without cash coming in so that it can reinvest that cash into the services that must be provided. So if we want to treat a municipality different to other businesses, although our approach is not that of profit making, but is to ensure that we reinvest all the monies paid by the residents back to the services so that we can have better quality services. So my appeal is for residents to please pay for services as much as they can so that we can have a sustainable municipality.
MEC Zolile Williams, thank you very much, Doctor, for making time to speak to us. And of course, Michelle, we are also, making plans to speak to MEC Fundile Gade. Remember that there has been an issue of scholar transport that is yet to be finalized. And of course, this is compromising the young people of this particular province. A province that is expected to perform or wants to perform better than the 80% as far as the pass rate of matrics is concerned, considering the fact that they had a target of 80% for the previous year, which is 2023. So now this issue is one of great concern to try and find out what the plans will be with the provincial government, and also the input of the MEC will be greatly needed, Michelle.
Siphosethu Booi, thanks very much indeed for that update.